Do you feel sometimes that you're leaving some runs on the field while you're batting? Maybe it's that odd cheeky single, or it's the conversion from 2 to 3, or even 3 to 4. If so, this video is specifically for you. As you would know, that odd single or 3 could be the difference between losing and winning. But often, it's not about how fast or how quick you are in general, but it's about how quickly you can turn, how quickly you can run between the wickets that matters the most. So essentially, we're talking about not just sprints down the straight line, but also twisting and turning, and also your first step in your acceleration, and also your deceleration is important while you're just about to reach the crease. So we'll talk about a few drills that you can add to your routine on the ground to work on this and practice running between the wickets, which I know sounds odd, but make sure to add it in and you'll see the difference. So the first drill is basic and very simple. It's a set of 4 runs each. So essentially you put two cones 22 yards apart, which is your crease distance. You can actually increase it by 2 to 4 yards as well, so it can be 25 yards. But essentially you run 4 runs with or without a bat, but just trying to be as quick as possible and noting down the time that you make it in. Um, do it and repeat it for about 3 to 4 sets initially, and then start to build it up. You can add a couple of more sets. Now the idea, and if you think about it strategically, if you let's say if you do 5 sets of 4 runs each, that's already 20 runs in the run itself, which means in a match, if you run 20, you maybe hit a couple of boundaries, you're very close to that 50 run mark. Now when you start to ramp it up as well, you add more sets, you get closer and closer to that 100 that you're looking for. Now there are a few things to keep in mind while doing this drill. As you would do in a match, be careful and be mindful of how low you are when you're about to touch the crease or the cone. Um, you need to decelerate a little bit while you're approaching the cone, and your head should be turning the other way already. So as you can see in the video, I'm already in a position and facing the other way when I'm about to touch the cone or just put my bat there. That gives you the drive to move in the other direction, and just that first step, acceleration, is super important. Now the second drill is a 4-3-2-1 drill, which essentially is running between the wickets, but you do a set where you run essentially 10 runs broken up into 4-3-2-1. So set up the cones similarly to the last drill, 22-25 yards apart. Start with 4 runs, or you can start with one, but do a set of 4, 30 odd seconds of rest. You do a 3 run, then 2, and then 1, and then that's your set number 1 done. And then you rest for about a minute and then work back up from 1 to 3 to 4. Now this is a great drill because you're doing 10 runs in one set. So even again, if you're doing 3 to 4 sets, that's your 30 to 40 runs covered in running between the wickets. Um, the idea is to generate fatigue, and then you will feel tired because it's exhausting and it is intense. But that is the point, to be prepared for the match, where you're going to be running singles, doubles, even threes, all day long to play a long innings, and you need to be mentally and physically prepared. And this drill will help you do that. Now the third drill is a bit of a generic drill, which is called the T drill, and you might have heard me saying this in a lot of videos, where it's an agility drill for even for fielders, batters, bowlers, everyone. But especially when you're running between the wickets, you don't just need to focus on the 4-3-2-1s and 4 runs that we talked about, but also your body should be able to be agile and reactive in general. So this is one of the best drills to perform. Basically, you set the cones up in a manner of a T, and you do sideways, backpedaling, sprinting, all elements involved in that T, and in that space. Your focus here should be a low athletic stance, and explosion when you get to the cones, which is again mimicking what you would do when you're actually at the crease and turning and twisting. So this is really helpful for your body to be able to handle that sort of movements, not only actually running between the wickets, but also in the field as well. So those are our top 3 drills that you can add to your routine. You can add the 4-3-2-1s and the sets of 4 maybe once or twice a week. The tea drill you can actually do 3 to 4 times a week as well, even before you start your net sessions and stuff like that. But essentially, you don't also want to burn yourself out. So maybe not. Well, you could do it before your batting or net session, but ideally you'd want it to be separate. Um, if so, you can also add running between the wickets while you're batting in the nets, and that could be a separate simulation of the match itself. But these drills ideally need to be done or should be done, separate to your net sessions. So add these into your routine and let us know if they work or not. And also let us know if you want to know more about the drills or even any other drills that you want us to make videos on for fielding, for bowling, batting. Just give us a shout.